What's up, people? Welcome back. I'm Carlo, and today we are changing the EF mount to what? The PL mount. That's right. Fortunately, I have a really cool shoot coming up next week where I had to rent 3 Cooke lenses, which are PL mounts. So before I jump right into next week's shoot, I wanted to practice getting this lens mount on and making sure I knew how to do it properly and efficiently. So this will be a 2-part video. This week will be pretty much just about getting this on, all the steps that it takes to change the EF to PL. And then next week I'll go into a more in-depth video about those Cooke lenses and how they fit and shoot well with the Ursa Mini Pro. So before we get to that, let's just figure out how to put this PL mount right on. Alright, so I haven't even opened this box yet. So we're pretty much going to be figuring this out together. Let's look at the directions. Attaching the Blackmagic Ursa PL mount, 2mm hex driver. Okay, I lied. I did open it. I read the directions. I got the tool. It is a 2mm hex screw. So sorry that I lied. So let's see what else. It comes with the PL mount, 1 shim set, 1 PL baffle, a baffle tool, and 5 screws. All right, removing the EF mount. Oh, also, I'm going to record with the GoPro. Just as a secondary camera to get more of the closer shots. Attaching the PL mount is as simple as unscrewing the original EF mount and replacing it with the new mount. It's very easy. Okay, sounds convincing. To remove the EF mount, simply unscrew the 4 M3 hex screws using a 2mm and gently lift. Okay, alright. First step is to, well, first take the lens cap off. And we are going to unscrew these 4 little screws right here. I will bring the GoPro closer. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, so let's just get right to unscrewing that. One screw, 2 screws, 3 screws, 4 screws. Let's keep that organized right there. And so they should just pop right out, and it does. All right, so this is the EF mount unattached to the Ursa. It is now naked. As you can see with the GoPro, it is actually, there's no lens mount on it. The electronic controls here, over there. All right, so let's move on to step 2. Attaching the Blackmagic Ursa Mini Pro. Okay, step 1. Gently insert the PL baffle into the center of the lens mount and gently turn it until it's finger tight. All right, so let's just open this. Screw. Oh, nice. Sweet. Okay, so it comes with the baffle, the screws, and then at the bottom over here is the, it's called a shim? Not a shim. I forget what it's called. I can't even find it on here. All right, here it is. So we're gonna undo this packaging. Okay, so this is a baffle right here. Let's reread. Gently insert the PL baffle into the center of the lens mount and turn it until it's finger tight. Use the wide end of the baffle tool to tighten the baffle slightly. You need just enough pressure to keep it in place. All right, so let's put it in. All right, it is in, and let's just twist it till it's finger tight. All right, it's fitting pretty well. Make sure the GoPro's on it. Okay. All right, so we are now going to use the baffle tool. So the thing that I just noticed here is inside the baffle with the GoPro, I'm not sure if you could see it, there's 2 little slits right here that fit in right here at the corner of the, almost like a key. So you fit those in, boom, just enough. So it says you need just enough pressure to keep it in place, so don't over tighten it. All right, so that is step 1. Step 2, add the 10mm shim to your camera, then place the Blackmagic Ursa Mini Pro PL mount lens onto your camera body. So we need to put a add the 0.10 millimeters. So this is 0.5, not the right one. This one is 0.3, not the right one. This one is 0.2, not the right one. I think we're getting closer though. This one is a 0.18, not the right one. I think it's gonna be the last one I pick here. 0.15, not the right one. Come on. 0.12, no. Okay. They are getting thinner and thinner. Okay. This one is, we found a winner. 0.10, 0.10. So I'm not 100% what the other ones are used for, but all I know is as far as these directions go, to attach the PL mount, you want the 0.10 shim. So let's figure out the proper way to do this. So these shims that are already in here, we're here with the EF mount. They have to stay in the camera. So what we do next is add an extra 0.10 millimeter shim. So let's do that right now. Oh, that makes more sense. So there are two sides to it. I had it flipped the opposite way so it wasn't fitting properly, but if you flip it around, let's see if this fits a little. Yep, there we go. Now it fits. So the holes have a very specific place in them, and if you have them at the opposite side, there's little pins right here. They won't go inside the hole, but if you flip it around, it'll go right into place. And improvise. Loosely turn the 5 mounting screws until initial contact is made with the shoulder of the lens mount. To access all 5 screws, you will need to rotate the PL locking ring, as some holes are obscured when the ring is either open or closed. Okay, now I'm nervous, but I think we'll be okay. Alright, so we're going to undo the lens cap. We're going to, oh, okay, so this is what it is right here. So where it says PL mount for Cooke Eye Technology, ensure the pins on the PL mount for Cooke Eye Technology are located at the 12 o'clock. I'm assuming that these are the pins right here at the top. I don't know if you can see this right here. Those are the pins for the Cooke Technology. You want to make sure that they're at 12 o'clock, which they are. So step 1, we are going to just put it right in, just like so. All right. So it's in place. Actually, before we do this, I want to make sure that I'm prepared. I have all my screws ready, just so I'm not holding up the actual lens mount. Okay. Maybe I should have done that a little better, but it's okay. All right, so let's put that back on. All right, fits like a glove. Let's put 1 screw in. Put 2 screws in. So an interesting fact that they mentioned as well is, considering that the PL mount, when you tighten the lens on it, it's not just a twist so it locks into place. There's an actual locking mechanism where you turn it. Considering that that's on the outside, you're gonna have to turn it every so often while you put some of these pins in, because it actually blocks the entranceway to the screw. So if you can't get to it, just turn the locking mechanism till it opens. So as you can see with this one, I'll just show you for example with the GoPro. This one right up here, it's wide open so I could access it clearly. But if it were closed just like that, I can't access it. So let's just reopen it and put it right back in there. All right, so that's in. Next step, loosely turn the 5 mounting screws until initial contact is made with the shoulder. Next step, we got to tighten the screws. So let's just keep both hands on it to make sure it's in even position. So it says to start at the 1 screw, which is up at the top left corner. So we're going to start with 1. Just a little bit, not too tight. 2 is over here on the right hand side about 4 o'clock. So we're going to tighten this. Not too tight yet. Okay. 3 is at about 1 o'clock. Okay, we're going to go to 4, which is at about, what time is that? Maybe 7? Nah, we'll say about 8 o'clock. And then the last one, screw number 5, is at about 6 o'clock. And then from here, I'm going to tighten all of them so they're secure, but I'm not going to over tighten them. So they have here in the directions, continue to apply 1 full turn to each screw in the sequence above until all screws have reached a maximum torque of 0.45 Nm. I'm assuming if you have like a torque screwdriver, you can dial that in. I don't, so I'm just gonna go until I feel that it's tight enough and I'm not pushing it too much. Okay. Okay. So that's it. We did it. Okay. I think that's great. I'm really happy about that. It was actually a lot easier and less painful than I anticipated. Let's just put the lens mount on real quick. All right. So now the PL mount is on. Let's just get a little GoPro here. See that everything is attached. To loosen it, you just turn it to the left and then it comes out. Oh, be careful. So let's put that back on. And we're gonna tighten it. All right. So everything's back. You should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 extra screws they give you. So this is for 5 extra screws right here is for the PL mount. Just to show the difference between the PL mount and the EF mount lens. The PL is about that much bigger. That much bigger. So it's not a major difference, but it's definitely noticeable. So you want to keep them organized, probably in some sort of Ziploc bag and labeled. That's what I'm going to do after this. Let's find another screw. Okay. But yeah, that's all for today's video. Stay tuned for next week. I'm really excited for next week. I have those 3 Cooke lenses. I have the Cooke S4, the 18mm 32, and the 75. I got a couple really cool projects coming up next weekend. Me and my couple of my buddies are just going to be filming for the whole entire weekend, a bunch of personal projects. So I'm really excited to share that stuff with you guys. And yeah, thank you very much for watching this. Hopefully you got something out of this. It's really not that painful. I was kind of nervous, but it's not that bad. It's really not. But until next time, thank you so much. Have a good day.